Everybody has those kind of days.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me singing God Bless America.
White with foam, God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Mark Earl, the invocation, please.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time to be together. We ask your forgiveness for all the shortcomings in our lives, and we thank you for all the good things in our lives as well. Lord, we ask that you would help us to be generous and caring and patient and reach out in love to all those that are in need or hurting. Thank you for this time together and the fellowship that we share. Amen.
Thank you, Mark. Lexi, please tell us if you have any guests today.
We do. We have three very honored guests. Tony will be introducing more. Ram Sanjay is here with his wife Samia and their daughter Sandhya, who is our scholarship recipient.
And we'll be hearing from them very shortly. But first, any announcements from the floor? Gary.
Just real quick, I know everybody saw that email about Hillside School. We have enough people. It's a real quick project. It probably won't take us. I'm assuming Gary probably won't take us more than an hour. So we have plenty of people. Thanks everybody who replied. If I send an email back to you saying, hey, yeah, thank you, come on out, and we'll see you then on Saturday morning. And don't forget, we have Wednesday, August 24th, 6th, and
24th, 5th, and 6th. And we need one more person for Saturday. The regular is available on Saturday.
I volunteered.
thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Hold on, John.
Iron Days tickets, in case you didn't know, I acquired 25 tickets for August 24th. It's the last weekend of the regular season, and they're in the playoff hunt. It will all be a fireworks night. There's only 15 tickets left. They're $11, and it's $2 of ballpark credit on the ticket. So, see me, I have the tickets with me. They are reserved seats. You actually, now Rory, if you want to sit in Rick's seat, Rick can sit in my seat. We can adjust that, but technically they're reserved seats. All right.
Thank you, Don. John?
Golf. September 10th is our annual golf tournament. Last year raised about $35,000, all said and done with the raffle and with the sponsorships and golfers, and silent auction. So if you participated last year, please sign up again. If you did not sign up yet, we will come seek you out. We have we have a number of new sponsors this year, so please, we appreciate your help in soliciting anyone and everyone. Golfers, sponsorships, silent auction items, and raffle tickets. So see anyone for the raffle ticket for the Masters. Appreciate it. We're meeting on Tuesday, 5:15 at 1033 South Cedar Crest if anyone else wants to join us. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Any other announcements? All right. The only announcement I have today is we have a board meeting following this. Please, everyone, all board members, please show up. We do have a very important guest. Well, guest.
Yes.
Love you, Cindy. The raffle. Who has the raffle this morning? All right, Mike. Would you like to draw the picture? Last digits are 241. 241.
What was that? 241.
Who got it?
John.
If you would come a minute earlier.
I have a wet ticket. I put it under the glove. It's full. It's all hot chocolate and beef and beer. That's all they moved it again.
224.
I'm gonna give it back.
Yeah, but how about all this?
I'm gonna give it back.
Okay. You still have to pick the ticket, Peter.
Voice my rejection. They moved the beef and beer last year. I said, what about
245.
golf?
When was it scheduled?
October this
Thank you
year.
very much, Mike.
How did you find out?
I looked at the newsletter and they had it for 9/10.
Sergeant Arms,
Is
are
it
you
a
ready?
typo?
No, they moved it.
Yes, I am.
Would you please proceed, sir?
I can. I have some people that have given me money, that would be Chris Apollo and John Zayas, leaving early. Mario, is there a county convention coming up, or are you leaving early too? Come on, Chris, join in.
Everybody's donated.
Jeff was late, I hope he straightened up his money with everybody else. Cindy, you're wearing a pin today?
Yes.
You know, it's tough for me because Dale has you guys so well trained. We have find out how many years before he finally started wearing pins. At least 3 years, so.
At least 30.
It's permanent when it's attached to his collar.
Program coming up, so I'm gonna cut from that. Karen.
My husband's birthday today. I was so excited. I gave him a lovely present. It's a nice copper growler. And I couldn't wait for him to open it. I was so super excited. So this weekend we're going down to Maryland to see my son and hopefully we're going to fit it.
We got a surprise in the mail the other day. My youngest daughter, Tina's son, is in the Iyer Middle School, and he received in the mail a certificate for high honors. As you recall, the last day of school, there was a bomb scare in Iyer, and the school was closed, so the kids had to come in a couple of days later to pick up their stuff out of their lockers. So we didn't even know he was on the high honor roll. We were very pleased to see that.
I did forget to mention Eric has his name on his shirt today, so there will be a set fine.
So that might get lost somewhere throughout the day, so.
Yeah.
No one to say.
I have 5 happy and sad dollars.
It's not enough.
I'm happy.
And not
because
enough.
I got
Needs
a
to be
job.
more.
I'm sad because it's a long ways from here. So my wife and I will be relocating to Madison, Mississippi, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to become the Director of Treasury and Tax at a company called Vertex Aerospace. It's a large defense contractor, and start there on August the 20th. So we're in full relocation, throw it out on the street mode.
There's a garage sale at his house.
Drop by, you'll have plenty of stuff on the curb that says free. So obviously I will miss this club greatly. It's not a decision that I undertook lightly. Interestingly enough, they sought me out, I didn't seek them out. So
That's good.
it was all came together very, very quickly. So I'm glad this particular chapter is coming to an end. I just wish it was here.
Congratulations, brother.
I have 2 happy dollars. I was glad to get home Wednesday night at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd spent 16 innings at Citizens Bank Park. I wish I had $1 for every Chase Utley jersey that was worn to the ballpark that night. And
Was she ready?
that's it.
I have 2 happy dollars. I'm thrilled that Sandra and her parents are here. Sandra was at Willow Lane the year that we were open. She was a 5th grader that year. She's very smart, very hardworking, and very well deserving of the scholarship. So glad you're here.
All right, JP.
Last week, I spent a lovely week. We only had one afternoon of rain, and that was the afternoon we weren't on the beach. I took Sarah, the kids, and my mother and father down to Bethany Beach for the week. Everything went well, no fights, everybody behaved. And I convinced my father to not have the screamers on when I came in. You know, he always has the channel on with the talking heads screaming about the issues of the day. I turn that off when I come in, and son of a gun if he didn't turn it off when I came in.
Very good.
I have $5 happy. My daughter and her children are at home right now. Ray's taking care of them for breakfast, so I'm here. And so I'm happy, yes, but I'm devastated that Bert is going to be leaving. Yeah. I'm really sad about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know this is kind of weird and it's off the cuff, but it's Wilmer's 92nd birthday today.
Stand up, take a bow. Come on, stand up.
Let's sing happy birthday to Wilmer. Okay?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wilmer. Happy birthday to you. And he lives down in our valley.
Congratulations, Wilmer. All right, here you go. We'll move on. Tony, if you'd like to come up.
Be when I grow up.
Okay, Sandra, if you'd come up, please. As I mentioned before, Sandra is our scholarship recipient. We had several students who had applied, and I happen to know Sandra. Samantha McFarland, our indirect advisor at the high school, was very impressed with her, as were the committee members who read the application letters and recommendations. And Sandra today is going to receive $3,000 as a scholarship, and she is going to be attending Cornell in computer science. I don't know if do you want to add anything to that, Sandra, as far as what you're going to be doing at Cornell? We're very impressed with your future plans. Okay, so we're very proud to honor Sandra today and award her this scholarship money. So thank you all for providing this with us.
Big check to carry in the bank.
Eileen, how about we get our parents up there?
That's fine.
They're the ones that did this, not us. We have nothing to do with this.
They have more than $3,000
Well, that's well deserved because of you. So it's good to have behind your check. And don't spend this check, okay? It's hard to get through the machine today.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because I would have felt awful that I didn't see you. Oh, no.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. They are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Deb Galbraith from the East Penn Press was not able to make it this morning. Eileen will submit the picture to her, and hopefully it'll be in the East Penn Press next week, okay? Thank you so much. All right, so I hear there's tradition, and I don't know so much about tradition, but the next person I'm going to introduce is Gary. Gary, if you would not mind coming forward. The second tradition we have, and it's a very important one. Gary's going to introduce our new district governor, and out of respect, we all stand and we all applaud. So, Gary?
Okay. No, not for me, no. Yeah, so as you mostly know, I'm Assistant Governor for Area 1, and it's my privilege and honor that each visit that the District Governor has to any one of the 5 clubs in Area 1, it's my privilege and honor to introduce the governor, okay? So, there's a full bio, okay, with all of her past accomplishments on it and everything, which I'm not going to read off because most of you are very familiar with everything that Cindy's done for Rotary in general and for our district. In any event, of course, she was very active with the group study exchange as well as the friendship exchange as well as the student vocational exchange too. I mean the teachers. Okay, sorry. Anyway, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Cindy Horniman.
So this is weird, but let's have a little fun, okay? When we come to this club, there's usually a little bit of excitement and fun. So my intent is not to embarrass anybody, but fun. So let's start with Karen over here. She looks like a good victim. Hi, Karen. Karen, turn this way. What can you tell me about this gentleman over here?
He went to Afghanistan and made the Constitution of Afghanistan.
Yep.
Constitution. And I bought his book and I gave it to my son.
I picked the wrong person. What's his name? And for that, thank you for you get a Be the Inspiration Rotary pin. How about that? Whoa! Let's take a next victim. I have to go to the guys' table over here. Now I'm going to look at Rory over here. Rory, hi. What can you tell me about this lady right here?
That's Lisa.
Okay, it's Lisa.
Lisa, I believe, is a personal coach, and we make the best egg sandwiches.
We do. And are you working that Saturday morning?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, and for you, you get a Be the Inspiration Rotary pin. Thank you. Now it's going to get a little tricky.
Saturday morning?
Okay, so this is a test. Rose, how are you today?
I'm not speaking English today.
Yo puedo hablar español. Let's come here, okay? See, well, a little bit. So, Rose, here's the question. See this guy over here in the white shirt?
Yes.
What's his position in the club?
Treasurer.
Oh, man, you guys are too good. For that, you get a Be the Inspiration pin.
I made the trumpet.
Yeah, okay, you don't get two. Okay, now here's a true test. Our illustrious president, he doesn't have on a tie today, you know, I embarrassed him last week.
You made fun of me last week.
I burst out. So, what year was the Emmaus Rotary Club chartered?
Well, that would be 1926.
Is that correct? Wow, he got it right. Be the inspiration.
Well, 2026.
Now we have to test our assistant governor here. Hey, you screwed up when you talked about me, so you. So who in the Emmaus Club is the community service chair? You know.
Gary Guthrie.
Yay! I only have one more pen, so I'm giving it to Gary.
Oh, well. Put me on the spot.
So why did we do that? You know, we all talk about, I joined Rotary because I want to give back to the community. Oh yeah, well we all do. But when I look in this room And over the years, in this group of people, they've gotten to be some of my closest friends. If you join Rotary just to give service, that's only a small part of it. The fellowship and this club, it's very hard for me because I'm supposed to be neutral and everything. This club, the energy level, the amount of stuff that we do, we participate in just about everything that Rotary has had to offer. But we do more. We've developed a fellowship, we've developed partnering, and we've developed friendships. And to me, that is more important because when you put that all together, that's how we do better service. Because we can talk to each other and we have fun. And all groups don't quite have that what we have. Now, I was actually pretty excited because I was trying to talk to people that were a little bit on the newer side, that maybe didn't know everybody, because here we have a little bit, everybody sits at the same table thing except a couple people move around, which is quite common. But look, we all knew a little bit of something. Take that opportunity when you volunteer. Get to know each other, develop those friendships. I've talked to you about the power of Rotary. That in itself, the closeness that we have, keeps Rotary going. So I'm honored, it's kind of weird because you all know me, you know, pick on me and I pick on you, to be in this position. But it's really our club, because I'm a person just like anybody else. It's because of our club's involvement and all of you that really makes that difference. So I'm going to switch a little bit. In this capacity, I'm the official representative for Rotary International. So we have to talk a little bit about what's going on. For those of you, we have many new people and guests. Rotary, 1.2 million people, 35,000 clubs. That number has stayed the same, pretty much, the 1.2 million. The clubs have increased. Used to be 34,000. Why has it stayed the same? People have died. People come and people go. Okay, so our new international president, his name is Barry Rassin. And I got to meet him a couple times. I kind of feel sorry for him. I think I have to talk a lot, but he's like always. Well, he's from the Bahamas. So there is an official, I think, a Rotary blazer and a scarf and a tie, and you're supposed to do all that. But he's from the Bahamas. He comes from an island. I said, I'll be doggone. If he can go around with a little flowered shirt, we can be relaxed and talk to people normal. So I'm not going to be wearing, maybe in the wintertime, a flowered shirt. But what he did is something that I've not seen in Rotary. First of all, our theme is Be the Inspiration, and our club is really an example of that. And I hope throughout the year we continue. I heard a story from Lisa. She met another Rotarian in Reading, you know, and it's a small world. Barry got his start in Rotary. He was a CEO of a hospital. And during the Haiti earthquake and one of the hurricanes, he ended up getting medical care and a plane flown into Haiti within like 2 hours of it happening, because he was right there. He was in it. He was doing things. And he was also in a very unique position because he didn't plan on being RI president this year. He thought he had a whole nother year to just prepare, and unfortunately Sam Orari, the guy from Uganda, died. So he had to assume this position, change his whole life. And he chose Be the Inspiration because we've all heard all these things about Rotary, declining memberships, this and this. But there's a change. And it's very much of an opportunity for us. A change is happening within Rotary, and I've not quite heard it or seen it like this. The facts are, in Southeast Asia, in India, and in some parts of Eastern Europe, Rotary is growing. Rotary's growing with young people, Rotary's growing with different projects, and all of the flexibility that we are allowed in membership. In North America and Canada, we have seen some declines, but now some stability, we'll say. So to me, that is an opportunity. So for those of you who are new, organizationally, we have Rotary. Rotary's then divided into what called zones throughout the world. Our zone is the Northeast United States and Canada. So it's given me the opportunity to meet a lot of people from different parts. And there is a change happening. The zones are also part of districts. Our district, called 7430, is southeastern Pennsylvania. We now have 45 clubs and a little less than 2,000 Rotarians. There's a change happening. I've not quite seen it like this, but let me just tell you, at least 50%, if not more, of our clubs are looking at different ways of doing membership, different meeting times, how to grow. What can we do different to attract young people? Different types of clubs as part of their clubs. Haven't seen it quite like that before. Almost all of our clubs have strategic plans in place. Almost all of our clubs are now looking at, we have a very good system, by the way, and I have to be careful because I will say at my club we do this because we do everything, but there is some systems, and that is really exciting. So getting back to Barry, what he said is, look, we have to change. We are so fortunate here. We have this breakfast meeting. Look at the attendance. We continue to get new members. We do have some leave. We continue to win awards. That is not happening everywhere. And long term, I hope it doesn't change. People are not interested, young people are not interested in going to an actual meeting with a program. They want to go and do things. So clubs are having to be flat. At least they're talking about it, and we've had some success. So in looking at that, we said, okay, Barry said, here, because you are the leader, and I actually look at all of us are leader, it's up to you to go change. Used to be, you go to this District Govenor training and they'd say, work with clubs and encourage them and all that. Well, we still need to do that. He said, look, you got a club that's a Romeo, Rotary old men eating out. Okay? We come, we don't pretend, we come because we've got to eat and we've got to wear our suit and ties and we've got to do this. You know what? They're gonna die. It's up to you, lead the charge, tell them thank you, go start a new club right next door. I've never heard that, and I don't know that I 100% agree with it, but along with that, what we did in our district is we took a geographic study. It was a professional study with some engineer, actually, that Chris knows for Engineers Without Borders and Herb Klotz knows, and we looked at all of our 45 clubs. We looked at population, we looked at distances, we looked at age, we looked at female, etc. ratio, and did an analysis of which areas should have more Rotarians and which areas we should target. So along with that, I said, I'm not going to talk to people about get your numbers in membership, but I will, JP, get your numbers in membership. Okay.
We do every year.
And we do every year because of you. In that, but I said, I don't want to talk to clubs about membership. We should talk about clubs about doing service. So if we had more members, we could do more service and we could look at different things. So we have an initiative called More Members, More Service, and the goal in the strategic plan is to start 5 new clubs in the next 2 years. We have been meeting with clubs and groups. You're going to be hearing some announcements shortly. There are some things going on. In our region, the population indicates we should be double the size in different ways. That's what it indicates. So that's about that. Let's now talk about 2 other things, and then I'll be done. How about that? Our foundation. We are so fortunate. Our club usually gets an award. We participate actively in our foundation. For those of you who have not been able to give or can't give, it's a part of Rotary. We are smart because we know in our club how to leverage our funds, and we participate in grants every year. We need to continue to do that. The grant application period for the next year, for Steve's year, will start November 1st. So the committee chairs, we need to start thinking about projects as we budget. Last topic, and this has to be a plug, but we really need Emmaus to shine. It's required that we hold a district conference. So I've been going for years. I always have a good time, so it doesn't take much to have a good time. What we had been hearing from Rotarians, we get the same 200, 225 people for years and years. We have a goal to, in the next 2 years, to get up to 400 people. Why? That's still 10 to 20% of our district, and there should be no reason why we don't do that. People have not attended because of the cost, because it's far away, because they would get bored, like I don't want to just hang around and do stuff. So we have something really new and different, and there's a lot of pieces to it, but we're going to need a lot of help. So the conference will be May 3rd through May 5th. It's going to be local. It's going to be in the Lehigh Valley. We have some of the other clubs in the Lehigh Valley that are also going to help and participate. The main event will be at the Renaissance Hotel, the PPL Center, which, by the way, the food is outstanding. Sue and I made sure and sampled that with, pretty good. And what it's going to be is going to be pieces. You can come to the whole conference right now for $229. By the way, we're not making any money. The majority of that cost is the food, which the menus, I'm telling you, if you go out to dinner at a nice place, it's more expensive. Friday night, we will start out, there will be some additions, but we generally have an international night. The hotel provides entertainment. I have a couple surprise speakers that even Bert and Sue don't know about, but we will have Jaap Stein, who was, actually he stayed with our club in about 2006 as a group study exchange team leader from South Africa. He owns a farm, he became governor, and he's now responsible for their zone, and he's going to talk about hunger around the world, and we have a couple surprises there. We also will have an exchange team here from England and another talk. Saturday, if you can't come the whole conference, you can come all day Saturday for $174. Again, the majority of that is for food, but that's going to be also very different. We are not going to have what's called the District Training Assembly this year. The officers, our club has participated. It's another event that you have to pay money for, that you get educated. So we're going to be combining that with the conference. At the conference, we have wonderful speakers. One of them is Drew Kessler, and he was the youngest district governor that really increased membership. He lives in New York. We'll be having Jaap again, and we have a couple other surprises. We'll be having some traditional things like our four-way speech contest, and the whole morning will be learning, networking, it's a great opportunity to network. At lunchtime, we'll have a keynote speaker, and then in the afternoon, it will change to District Training Assembly, and you will have the opportunity for some additional breakout sessions. We have the head of what's called WashRag, the Water and Sanitation and Hygiene Rotary Action Committee, which is one of the most active. Chris and I attended a summit in Toronto. His name is Ron Denham, and he is coming to us from Toronto. And he will talk to us and tie in hunger with all the water and sanitation projects we do. We will then have some additional breakout sessions. At the same time, either in the morning or the afternoon, over at Symphony Hall, we are going to do a youth and alumni event. Probably, and the pieces then get complicated, the event is going to be probably food packing or some type of community project that can bring the kids, and that's a whole challenge here, etc. And in the afternoon, we are also going to have some spouse activities. The Downtown Allentown Club is arranging spouse and possibly kids that become, there will be a tour of the Liberty Museum, the Allentown School, Bomb School, Art Museum, and the Wheels Museum. So if you have people that you want to go to activities, and most of those I believe are going to be free. So it's not going to be the afternoon go get golf. We want you to get a lot for your money. Now here's where the fun starts. And we'll have a dinner in the evening, but at night, we're holding a concert at Symphony Hall. We will have transportation for those that can't walk to Symphony Hall. We will have volunteers down the corridor to help escort people. The concert's going to be with a very well-known band, thank you, Bert, the Craig Thatcher Band. And this is what the fun starts, and here's a lot of pieces. The concert, every Rotary Club has skin in the game, and we have to have the most people. In that, all proceeds from this concert, which will also be open to the public, and I'll talk to you about that, are going to go to food-related projects within our district. So the more people we have attend, the more monies we will have come back to do projects related to hunger. Additionally, we've put aside some grant monies to be able to kind of match what the clubs are doing. Now, there's another piece to that. The concert will be open to the public. Barry Rassin has told us that we need to talk about Rotary and have what's called Rotary Days. So the concert will be Rotary Days. Clubs will have the opportunity when you walk in Symphony Hall, they will have a table set up so that they can talk about their clubs and Rotary. We're introducing a short little piece called Rotary Got Talent, with some talent instead of a pre-band. And the most exciting, Second Harvest Food Bank, which we are doing a joint area project with to start a food garden. We'll also be conducting a food event, a canned good event at the concert. They have agreed to help us market the concert with 100 other food banks all within our district. So they are going to make sure, based on the clubs that participate, that the food they collect will be able to go back to that area where the clubs are. So Rotary gets credit. The last piece is, a couple weeks ago, Herb Klotz and I met with WFMZ. WFMZ has agreed to be the major media sponsor, so we have a huge opportunity to get the word out on Rotary plus the hunger. EBC will also sponsor all of our programs and printing events. So that's that. We need y'all to come. It's different. We had, and what year was that? 2005, 2004, 2006, what year was that? The last time we had a district governor in our club was Roger Whitcomb, and we did have a conference. Our club's going to be unified. We're going to all work together. We're now going to start assigning some people to help with volunteer things. It's going to be easy. It's different, but I think that we are going to do the best job possible. So that's enough of that. Any questions you'd like to ask me about anything? Oh, isn't that exciting? I'll be glad to take questions. And yes, Jim?
I would say thanks for a great presentation about a great new way of doing these conferences.
Thank you.
You're to be credited in your team for great work.
JP?
Where are some of the areas you've targeted for new clubs?
I'm not going to say quite yet, okay, because we're just talking. One of them that actually is going to be starting is in Forks Township next to Easton. The Easton Club has agreed that they need to do some changing, and there will be a satellite club that could satellite clubs can eventually become part of your Rotary Club. And there's some other ones that are just in process of talking. Yes?
You made a comment that, I think you said around here, we should be double the size.
Yep.
Are you specifically referencing our club or?
This area. This area within Macungie, between Allentown, Allentown West, downtown Allentown. Definitely we should have more Rotarians. I can tell you this, we had an initial meeting with a young lady, and we're going to be starting a young people's group in another area. That's going to be completely different, that will probably be part of another club. In some parts of the country, they use this meetup, okay, but in different. And then instead of just saying, let's meet up at a restaurant, let's do this, they'll do some type of service with that. The two new clubs that we started a year ago, Whitehall and Upper Perkiomen, both have about 40 to 45 members. They don't meet each week. They meet every other week. One's a breakfast, one's a dinner, usually with service. We have another club in the southern part of our district that only meets for happy hour. And they have already done grants and they've, so there's different ways. What we have here, it works so far. Other questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
when you said that, because was Slatington one that closed, or?
No, Slatington actually
Is that the
just,
new one?
now Slatington only has about 14, 15 members, but 2 weeks ago, they decided to do a networking event, which we're really encouraging. They had 50 people show up.
Yeah, because I heard.
No new members yet, because that just happened.
Yeah, I thought that it was like low on the scale of people in that club, and like, so are you changing the demographics of where you target? Because like Forks Township is a growing area like Macungie.
Yeah.
So is that what your objective is, to target some of the more growing areas?
We already have, but it's gonna take a couple years. Things go slow with that. Other places like center cities, the Downtown Allentown Club decided they were gonna do some networking events. They've done some things with the Chamber of Commerce. They had 5 months worth of different events, usually like different businesses. I think they have 5 new members. Springford Rotary Club. They think they have about 30, 35 members. They did a networking event where they only advertised on Facebook, and they got 20 people show up. So there's different ways. Now, are these turning yet? No, but people are willing to try new things. Any other questions? Yes?
Cindy, you mentioned the study and then younger groups. Were there any other initiatives to address diversity?
Yes, we have some meetings going on with some Hispanic American councils in different cities. The Allentown Club has made a little partner and has made inroads in that, and we have 2 others that we're working towards. Other questions? Well, I'm here. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be part of this club. I get emotional when I say it, so thank you.
All right, let's all stand, please, and recite the 4-way test. 4-way test are the things we think, say, or do.
Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Everyone have a great day, and remember, our board meetings immediately following.